Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be learning how we can connect a database with our API. So if you take a look at this requirement specification real quick, we have a create entry, read all entries and delete entries endpoints. So all of these endpoints require us having an access to a database because all of those entries are going to be persistent in a database. So if you take a look at our code over here, then you can go to the model layer, and in the model layer create a new function, create a new file called connect.go. So our connect.go is going to be containing the code, or in fact the whole package model is going to be containing the code which is used to talk to our model or our persistent database. So everything database related goes to the model layer, everything control and endpoint related goes to the control layer, and everything response related and request related goes to the structs layer, views layer. So to open it, just do a db error SQL open. I created a function called connect which returns an instance to a reference to a sql.db object. So the syntax is the username, the password at TCP, and I'm running my SQL on localhost port 3306. So before this video, it's a good idea if you guys download MySQL, and after downloading, if you're on Linux, you can simply do a sudo service mysql start. It's going to start the server. If you're on Windows or Mac, then simply see the documentation. Then going to main.go, I can access the DB object right over here. I can say that okay, model.connect, which returns the DB object. Now the thing with SQL is, the thing with any database connection is that when you create a connection, you also need graceful shutdown. So whenever our server shuts down, or whenever we press Control C, or whenever we want to do an exit, it's a good idea if we exit our DB also. So we should close our connection to our database. But can you see one problem right here? So one problem is that we always need to define the db.close at the end. So what if we have 100 lines of code? So for that case, defer keyword is used. So defer means that defer this function call to the end of the scope, which essentially means that when all of the things run, then run this at the end, towards the end. So when listen and serve fails, then this db.close is going to run. So what we can do is we can wrap this around a log statement. So this essentially means that our listen and serve returns an error. If the error is nil, then do nothing. If there is some error, then simply log it out to fatal and then close the database connection. So one more thing what we want to do is that after our database connection has been established, I want to print something. I want to say funct.println connected to the database. Now let's see what happens if we do a quick go run. I'm gonna cd into my section 4 to-do list API and then go run main.go. So in this case, why did it fail? So the reason it failed was because main.go requires a MySQL driver. So there is a great open source community around Go. So what people have done is they've created drivers around their favorite databases like MySQL and MongoDB. So driver contains of a lot of code which you had to write if you didn't have those drivers to talk to the database. So I'm gonna clean up my terminal and then I'm gonna do go run. Then now you can see that we have successfully connected to the database. Now I want to add something else for readability. So whenever I start a server, I want this to occur. So I do a go run main.go. It's connected to the database and it's serving right now. So this is how we connected to the database. In the next couple of videos, I'm going to be talking about how we can interact with our database. But before doing so, I'm going to create a global connection. So for the sake of this video, I'm creating a global connection. I'll say var con, and this variable is going to be of the type *sql.db. And I'm going to let you guys know the reason real quick. So whenever I connect to the database, I'm just going to say con is equal to db and then return my db. So notice that I don't have to return con because I'm storing the references and I'm doing everything by passing everything by reference. So the reason why I'm doing this is that whatever function I write, be it a create function, delete, update or read function, they require access to the connection, right? So but what I want is I want only the model layer to have access to direct calls to the database. So that is why I've created this con. Notice that it's a small c, it's not a capital C. So if it were a capital C, then every package has access to it. But it's a small c, so only package model has access to this connection. So concluding this video with this, and see you guys in the next video where we write database wrapper functions and where we complete our first route, which is creating an entry. Thank you guys, and see you guys in the next video.